Good morning, Class 5-3. Mr. Waterman here with today's language arts lesson in Period 1 on Friday, January 29th, 2021. I hope everyone has had a great week and are doing safe and well. A few days ago, we started a new unit on pronoun-verb agreement. We learned a present tense verb must agree with its subject pronoun. We also learned to add s or es to most action verbs when you use the pronouns he, she, and it. Finally, we learned do not add s or es to an action verb in the present tense when you use the pronouns I, we, you, and they. For our activity on page 147, we had to choose the correct verb to complete each sentence. Then we had to write the verb. We did numbers 1 and 2 together. Let's continue checking the answers. Number 3. Then we get G-E-T, a ride from mom. Number 4, she drives from house to house. D-R-I-V-E-S. Number 5, I open the window of the car. O-P-E-N. Number 6, he throws the newspapers onto the driveways. T-H-R-O-W-S. Number 7, it takes less time on sunny days. T-A-K-E-S. Number 8, then we walk down the streets and see our customers. W-A-L-K. Number 9, they wave to us. W-A-V-E. And number 10, do you read a newspaper every day? R-E-A-D. And there you have it, your answers for the activity on page 147. Once you have checked all of your answers, and hopefully you wrote your extra 3 sentences, please turn the page to 148. Let's continue. So for this activity, we had to circle the correct present tense verb to complete each sentence. We did numbers 1 and 2 together. Let's continue checking. Number 3, we write many stories for our newspaper. Number 4, he writes the funniest stories each week. Number 5, you learn many things when you work on a newspaper. Number 6, she helps us to improve our writing. Number 7, they know people who work at real newspapers. Number 8, we take photographs with a camera. Number 9, they read newspapers every day. And finally, for number 10, you like to read our interviews. These are your answers for the activity on page 148. Now, let's move on to today's lessons on pages 149 and 150. Please listen and read along as I go through each point. Point number 1. A present tense verb must agree with its subject pronoun. Point number 2. Add S to most action verbs when you use the pronouns he, she, and it. Point number 3. Do not add S to an action verb in the present tense when you use the pronouns I, we, you, and they. The directions for today's activity. Write the correct present tense verb to complete each sentence. Now, I will read through the sentences with both choices of the verbs. 1. We buy the newspaper at the store. We buys the newspaper at the store. 2. I look at the sports section first. I looks at the sports section first. 3. She read the news section in the morning. She reads the news section in the morning. 4. It tells readers what is happening in the city. It tells readers what is happening in the city. 5. We trade sections when we are done reading. We trades sections when we are done reading. 6. They work hard at the newspaper. They works hard at the newspaper. 7. He circle vocabulary words he does not know. He circles vocabulary words he does not know. 8. You get information from newspapers and magazines. You gets information from newspapers and magazines. 9. They like to talk about the news stories. They likes to talk about the news stories. 10. She use a computer when she writes. She uses a computer when she writes. Let's do a few together. Number 1. We buy, B-U-Y, the newspaper at the store. Remember, we do not add S to an action verb in the present tense when we use the pronouns I, we, you, and they. Number 2, I look at the sports section first. LOOK. Please do numbers 3 through 10 on your own. Once you're finished, please turn the page to 150. This is our proofreading activity. Proofreading, yay! Please listen as I go through each point and read along. Point 1. A present tense verb must agree with its subject pronoun. It's very important. Number 2. Add s or es to most action verbs when you use the pronouns he, she, and it. And for the last point, do not add s or es to an action verb in the present tense when you use the pronouns I, we, you, and they. Directions. Proofread the paragraph. Circle any verbs that do not agree with their pronouns. Please listen as I read the paragraph and feel free to read along. This summer, my best friend and I are doing something new. We put out our own newspaper every week. It be only 4 pages long, but it take a lot of time to do it well. I are in charge of the stories. Kurt takes all the pictures. Each week, we has to find new stories for our paper. I talk to people in town. I looks for interesting things. He take his camera everywhere. We has more pictures than pages. My, a lot of mistakes in this paragraph. Okay? Let's find a few mistakes together. This summer, my's, no apostrophe S. Cross that out. Best friend and I are doing something new. We puts out our own newspaper every week. That's wrong. It should be put. P-U-T. It be only 4 pages long. It be? That's not right. It should be it is. But it take a lot of time to do it well. That should be takes. That needs an S. T-A-K-E-S. Okay? So now let's start to rewrite the first few sentences. Always indent because it's a paragraph, so space over. This summer, my best friend and I are doing something new. I think that's great, don't you? We put out our own newspaper every week. Okay? Then it is only 4 pages long, but it takes a lot of time to do it well. And there you have it. So, please go ahead, circle any verbs that do not agree with their pronouns, and then please finish rewriting the paragraph. Make sure the verbs agree with their pronouns and fix any incorrect possessive pronouns. And that's it for your lesson today in period 1. Take your time to do the activities. If you have any questions, feel free to email Mr. Waterman. Take care, stay safe and well, and I will see you in just a few moments in period 2. Bye-bye for now.